Hi chums, I'm going to try something here. I've got the camera on manual mode. Now Mike Walt again very kindly sent me a video showing me how to set the camera up so that whenever I panned the camera it wasn't constantly searching for focus. So I've taken basically a focus from about 10 feet away, and we'll see how that works out for this video. But as you can see, the door's on. We're waiting for the window and the door's on, but we had a problem with the door. When we got the door, the guy told me it was 950 by 210. Now, he said 950 millimeters by 210, so we took that as 2 meters 10 centimeters, or 10 millimeters. So 950 by 210 as 950 by 2 meters 10 millimeters tall, but it was 210 as 210 centimeters, so we were 9 centimeters short on the head. So I had to take the head out again here and take it out, put the door in, rebuild the head inside, put another head, a thinner head back inside it again. So I lost a day over that, you know. But if you'd said 2010, it would have matched up the millimeters, but because he gave us a millimeter reading first, we stuck with millimeters. At 210 then was 210 is 2010 millimeters instead of 2100. But there we go, it's in now. My man did a great job, so we're waiting for the plasterers now. So as you can see, this has been touched up here, fixed, new head in there. These battens will come off. They're going to plaster without the window probably because they're coming tomorrow and the window's not ready yet, but they can do that apparently. They just put in battens and bring the reveals right up to where the window will be. So that's that done. I was going to go in the door that way, but I'm not. I'm going to go in through from the other side to let you see the difference there is on the inside. So I'll just stand back a bit here. It's not going to focus probably, but I'll stand back and give you an idea from there what it looks like on this side. And then I'm going to head up to the house here, and I'm going to have to turn this into the wall at some stage, because if my wife ends up in video, I'll end up in hospital, okay? So we'll just turn her into the wall. There's my wife looking at me going, you'd better not have me in that video. So I've lived for another day, and we'll go in here now. This is the best, to give you the best impression of what's actually happening. Now, as you can see, a real shit heap, you know. But that there, this here is a Powermatic, a Jet 3520B, or a Powermatic 3520. That's a heavy. I'm glad I hadn't to lift that. So we got this down here yesterday. I took it down in the car and the boys lifted it out for me, and that's it. So that's ready to go into the other shed when we get there. But this is what I'm going to see now when we walk in. So we're walking up to the workbench, and then where there was a wall, you can see now that the wall's gone, and we're walking into the new part now. So it's got bigger again, you know. So that's where we are, folks. It's worked out well. It's obviously need a window put there. This is an exterior door. It's very, very strong. It took 2 men to lift that on. It was so heavy. So we have no problems with security. But we don't have much robbery and stuff out here. And then we go back out to the garden again. So I'll walk in from the outside now and let you see what it's like walking in. I hope this is going okay. The focus is holding on the shots where I wanted to hold. Camera panning too fast, so it's still trying to get a focus of some sort. Right, there we go. So I'll just go up to the door, up to the door, and head in, and straight into the light, and that's it. So that's where we are, and it's made a huge difference. So basically what's happening here is the extractor is going in this place here, the dead space, and then there's going to be a lathe over here probably. I'll stand up here and tell you. I'll just close this door. The way it's going to work at the moment is camera panning too fast. I'm going to put my lathe along here because the grinders are going to be here. So I'll put my lathe along here. The other lathe will be over there on that side, so if something comes off a lathe and 2 people are working, it's not going to hit the other person. So I'm going to put that one in at an angle probably there, so we can use these walls for putting tools on. There's going to be the extractor and the big drop box there, and then there's going to be in front of that, I'm going to have some sort of workbench maybe, but I'm going to have a chop saw sitting there. And then over here in the middle, there'll be a router, a planer thicknesser, possibly on I'm not too sure about that. And in here, a router table going in here behind the lathe along that wall. And then there's going to be a workbench along here. But also, when I get this stuff moved, it's going to clear up this whole wall along here. So we'll see what happens. But that's where we are. And it's coming on. So I'm happy enough at the moment. You know, I'm not happy enough at all. I'm very happy. Look, isn't it amazing what a scratch coat does? How tidy that is now compared to what it was. So look good when it's plastered. Alright, so that's where we are. I think I hear cars going down to come in, so I'll cut this off now. Okay, all the best now. Bye bye.